Hello there, soul listeners. Welcome to A Twin Flame Journey. I'm Aura, and welcome to a story that has been universally delivered right to you. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that you get the latest content delivered right to you. So let's get into the story. I'm currently pulling from the Twin Flame Oracle messages. And I was kind of getting and feeling a very specific storyline in my mind's eye. And as I was shuffling, the very first card that came out of this oracle deck was healing. And it's these two children hugging each other. And I was literally feeling very specifically that it's almost like for this particular love story and this very specific situation, because it does feel very specific, but the two of you are like younger versions of yourself. And in my mind's eye, like as I was looking at this picture of these two hugging each other, it's like the two of you were meant to embrace those moments where maybe as a young child you felt unloved, or you were not given the attention that you felt that you deserved. And underneath the deck is learning here. So I do feel like the two of you bring to the table this experience, which I feel like you're going to take with you maybe in other lifetimes. Or it's almost like you're going to teach the two of you when you move on, especially when you move on into the spiritual world and the two of you, exit this vessel. It's almost like the two of you will be teaching or becoming spirit guides to your bloodline. Like, if you have children with them, you're going to be teaching this to them as like a spirit guide or a spiritual mentor or someone that's going to be on the other side teaching them this. All right. I want to get more into the story to find out who exactly this is. But I feel like for a lot of soul listeners out there, I feel like this is going to be for someone very specific. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling for this one, for this particular story. So, the two of you have also, because the second card that came out, because two cards flopped out right before I hit record, and time apart. The two of you have possibly spent some time apart, maybe recently, maybe for a period of time, but there is some separation here. It's almost like the two of you either had to learn the lesson together or apart, and I feel like on a soulful level, you chose to learn this lesson separately. So maybe the two of you have met already, but I'm really feeling like the two of you have met already and have spent some time together, have experienced certain lessons together, but I'm also kind of feeling like you have spent significant time apart from one another. So let's get into this. Underneath the deck is learning, but then underneath that is insecure. I miss you. and unspoken. Okay, so definitely separation happening here in this particular story currently, if it has not happened already. So let's find, because the two of you are showing up here together. Like, it's like the two of you are together, but you're not together, if that kind of makes sense. So let's find out. Let's find out who this is exactly. It's almost as if you guys are showing up being together, being physically together. Okay, so let's see what comes out currently. Ooh, this one just flopped out. So we have the 9 of Cups. And the 6 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups showing up here. The two of you have karmic contracts, all right? The two of you have karmic contracts, and I do feel like it is related to childhood. It is related to the past. It is related to maybe a relationship or marriage, but I'm not really, like, I'm not feeling karmic relationships. I really do feel like this is related to possibly some childhood wounds, some childhood trauma. But the two of you have spent a lot of time apart, is what I'm hearing. But maybe like 9 months, 9 weeks have passed by. And it's like there are some things. It's like the two of you have some big shoes to fulfill, all right? 9 of Cups. The two of you are basically like each other's wish. But it's like what I'm hearing is this time apart is going to teach you that you need each other. Literally, the separation, this is going to teach you that it's like, I don't mean like in a codependent kind of aspect, but it's like it's going to teach you that the two of you literally need each other, not in like a sick, twisted, codependent aspect, obviously, but it's just like that's what this time apart is going to teach you, that you are each other's wish fulfillment. You are each other's desire. You have been longing for one another since you were born. Literally, since you were born, you have been longing for each other. You have been feeling this connection since you were a young child. And it's vice versa. The other person, this other twin flame, this other counterpart has been feeling the same way. But this separation was a lesson for the both of you. It was to teach you literally that you need each other. In this lifetime, you were meant and are meant to spend it with one another. Because you have gone through very similar things. Okay, so let's see who this is. Let's see who this is for. Let's see who this message is for. So I'm feeling like there's a lot of time that has passed. Maybe like 9 weeks, 9 months, up to maybe like 9 years. But I don't feel like that time has passed just yet, maybe. Also, these are timeless, so this could be happening, or this could be happening in the near future. So let's see. Who is this for? Who is this for? Get more specific, right? We have the Hermit. And we also have the Knight of Cups. Very interesting. I'm underneath the deck with the Page of Swords. Very interesting two cards coming out. These are two, so one of you thinks a lot and is very much a deep thinker. All right, the Hermit here. There's a deeper meaning to this. There's a deeper meaning to what's happening here, what's happening in this connection. There's a deeper meaning. This is not meant for me. This person is meant for me. And I feel like one of you had to really absorb all of that, go through a very heavy spiritual awakening. While the other one of you, I feel like during this separation, during this time apart, had to experience, because we have the Knight of Cups, had to experience certain relationships. That's what I'm hearing for this specific story, but had to experience certain relationships in order to come to some type of realization that they've already met the love of their life. All right. While the other one of you is going through, I feel like, a dark night of the soul, is experiencing life on a whole new level. And once again, like, while the other one of you, I feel like, is experiencing a karmic relationship, experiencing karmic connections, is experiencing that. So tell me more about the Hermit. Tell me more about the Hermit. Could be very heavy Virgo energy. And while the other one of you is water, we have the Knight of Cups here. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. Tell me more about the Hermit, please. They want me to pick a card. Judgment. This is someone who had to learn to be very confident in their decision making, without seeking external validation or seeking answers externally. All right, Judgment. Like, this is about making decisions. This is someone who I feel like had to kind of learn lessons through their own mistakes, and also learn lessons by learning to depend on and rely upon their own intuition, their own mistakes, right? Listening to their intuition, listening to what intuitively they're feeling. All right. The Knight of Cups. Okay, let's see more. Who is this Knight of Cups? Because this is someone who I feel like could be very young at heart. All right. Very young at heart. I almost want to say like they have been in a few relationships. It does feel like they have had their fair share of being in relationships, but I feel like this is someone who they do tend to, that's a lot of cards. They do tend to feel I feel like they do feel very logical about this connection. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. So wow. I'm hearing like they're going to want to restart this connection, or they're going to want to come back. They're going to want to take a second look at this connection all over again. The two of you have spent a lot of time apart. You have spent a significant amount of time apart, but it was basically the reason being that this separation occurred was to learn that you need each other, was to basically grow, but also time apart showing up here was to basically come to know that you need each other. It is not in that aspect. You were meant for each other, basically. No other partnership or no other relationship is going to come to that. You're not going to all of a sudden just forget about one another, is basically what I'm saying. So I do feel like this Knight of Cups could have maybe ran away from the connection. It does feel like the two of you are counterparts, but it feels like they're younger. Maybe they could be a little bit younger, because Knight of Cups. And this other energy, maybe they're a little bit, maybe they're older. But, it's like they have, like they're very picky. And it does feel like they kind of maybe denied this connection at one point, or maybe they said, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't even want to know you anymore. But Ace of Wands showing up here, like this is someone who's going to want to restart something all over again. So this kind of tells me that they're going to want to come back to whoever this hermit is. They're going to want to restart something all over again. Reignite something all over again. This is someone who's going to want to, Three of Pentacles underneath the deck. This is someone that's going to want to work together. Tell me more about this time apart. We have the Page of Wands and the Emperor here, as well as the King of Wands. Wow. Page of Swords showing back up underneath the deck. So they have been watching something. Maybe they've been watching someone. Maybe they've been watching this other person. But the two of you have a very significant connection. The two of you have a very sacred and special bond with each other. All right. Page of Wands showing up here. I feel like maybe somebody reached out and one of you ignored the other. We also have the Emperor here and the King of Wands. Like, it's like someone had to kind of become this, had to come to this level of maturity, but realizing that they have to take pride out of it, or they have to take the ego out of it. They have to come to this realization that they definitely need their counterpart. They need this person, all right, that they're very connected to. It's like they've been looking for them. The two of you have been looking for each other since childhood. Like I almost want to cry when I say that, but because this feels like a very special, significant story. But Page of Wands is showing up here. It's like wanting or having to get over this ego-driven pride and just reach out. Tell them how you feel. The Emperor and the King of Wands. I feel like this is also this point of realization where someone has reached maturity, has reached this point of very heavy maturity. Okay, so I want to pull from the Truth Oracle. Let's get some oracle messages before we wrap up this story. This is a very interesting story. All right. We have affairs. See, this had come out before. The Knight of Cups is the person who does kind of have affairs. They do kind of seek other relationships. They go after other, and look at that, underneath the deck, reconcile. Knight of Cups is someone who does kind of do affairs, and they kind of are very, emotional and Like they do go after other relationships. We also have talent here. Born with features, personality. The two of you were born psychic, maybe. All right. But once again, look at this single underneath the deck. Once again, like I'm feeling like the two of you were, when you were born, you were feeling each other. You were sensing one another. You were sensing that, lots of cards coming out here. We have commitment showing up here. And we have chew, deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles. And we see, didn't I just say you guys were looking for each other? We have look for, investigation, explore, search. The two of you have been looking for each other since you were born, literally. Letting go. They want one of you to literally surrender, let go. Hope at the top. All right, so I'm going to leave it there with this story. I hope that you enjoyed these messages. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.